everyone, Peter from ATB. This week's edition of ATB TV. Going solo. Darren's on a few chores and he had a busy week, obviously last week with the sales and just wrapping all that up in a couple of days to himself. Back on deck, I think today. So we'll be back together as a duo next week. Just a little bit of a different format this week. We've had 7 runners over the past 7 days for a win, a couple of placings. We'll just go through, I'll just show the last 200 or 300 metres of each race and just quickly dissect where things were good and where things may have went wrong, and yeah, we'll just work it that way. It's better than just looking and listening to me all the time. And then we'll go through our upcoming runners, where we have South Pacific, Unassailable and Rhoda are the only 3 runners. There's no racing next Monday, we've got no runners Sunday, and Tuesday at Sale we won't have runners, so it'll be a bit quieter early in the week, but a little bit to get through with last week's runners and the 3 we've got over the weekend. Obviously that little intro was a happy birthday, and that's to Liz. Happy birthday for Wednesday, Liz. Hope you had an enjoyable time and the boss spoilt you, which no doubt he would have. And well done on the win of your greyhound, 927 that you're involved in. He won up here at Ballarat. I happened to be there, and he won easily over the 690 metre trip. So that was a nice little added present to what I hope was a great day on Wednesday. Just while I'm here too, just some condolences I'll just pass on. Des Blythe, unfortunately his wife Betty passed away, so condolences to you, Des. Just look after yourself. It's been a tough week for yourself, obviously, and Betty, with a couple of falls, but unfortunately Betty never come through. And yeah, just sad times, and from everyone at ATB we wish you all the best and just pass on our thoughts. And just quickly too, just on a happy note, it was great to see Brad Rawiller back over in Perth. First ride back after those shocking injuries where he had ribs and broken ribs and punctured lungs. He was able to win first up on one of Lindsay Smith's horses over there, Queen Takes King, and it was a great result. And typically tough and resilient as Brad is, he's back quicker than we all expected and back and riding winners. So fantastic result there for Brad. And obviously Carolyn and the kids are over there now, so they can now hopefully enjoy settling into what is the next phase of Brad's career and their lives. So good job there. Righto, quickly into the races. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the end of the replay of Sunburn, who ran 3rd at Stawell.
Mitzi, California Sunset with 100 to go though. Looks like it's got them licked. It's 3-4 in front. Empress Star sticking to its guns, but California Sunset wins in a breeze. 3.5 over Empress Star. Sunburnt ran 3rd. Don't Ask Me 4th.
Good run. As you can see, she was slowly getting to the line. She was off the bit a long way out. Dean was riding her up, so it's probably just an indication that she just needs to get out to at least 1200, maybe even 1300, which we did play around with those trips, and she probably, you know, whether she wasn't mature enough or seasoned enough first up, hopefully this time round we can, you know, even out to 1400. It just gives you a little or a few more options with a horse like her. But it was a pleasing result, a pleasing return, and you know, we look forward to her running again in probably the next week to 10 days. Next up, we had the Group 1 Newmarket where Serious Suspect ran well. Let's have a look at the closing stage.
With Prague, Indian Pacific at the 250, led from Amish Boy Zootori. Then came Swats That, Indian Pacific, 100 to go. Zootori is digging in with the big weight. Zootori, the toppy, moves up, takes the lead, won the Newmarket, a big effort, beat Indian Pacific, Amish Boy and Prague. Then Prophet's Thumb and Serious Suspect.
Terrific run. They're hard to win Group 1s. It's just on from young and old. There was a bit of argy-bargy that he got caught up in with Mark Zara's horse. Now, obviously, there was a bit of conjecture all day with which part of the track was best and who was suited where. the majority of the horses sort of come down the area where we were, and most thought it was a little bit off. There was a few lanes there that were off, and you know, look, there was 10 horses caught up in sort of that area, so as much as we were probably disadvantaged, there was quite a few others that were probably in the same boat. You know, there was horses that sort of passed us late that were behind us, there was horses that ran out our backside, but putting a measurement through where Serious Suspects form was from, it was a terrific run. To be beaten 2.4 in the Newmarket is just a great effort, and well done to Saab and his team to have him up and firing first up. You could probably tell 200 out, he was going to be struggling to be in the finish, but to his credit, his guts and determination, he was still running through the line to be beaten, like I said, just under 2.5 lengths. With all that said, full credit to the winner, carried top weight, had to chase that leader on the inside, and then, you know, probably moved across 8 or 10 lanes to be not far from where we were at the finish, carrying the 57 and still winning by, you know, a comfortable margin. So full credit to Zatori, who was the only horse that fronted up from the previous year's Newmarket, and he's got the job done. Where we head to now, Saab's got the William Reid Today week in mind. It is weight for age, 1200 metre sprint at the Valley. So Michael Poy will ride if we go that way. Weight for age, it's a new area for the horse. Probably won't be as well off at the weights. I'm not too sure of the field, but look, he ran that well in the Newmarket that a lot of those horses will cross across, and you just need to roll the dice and have a go. So we'll look forward to see what unfolds in the next few days leading up to it. But the horse has pulled up well, which is the main thing, and we do know he performs probably better second up. His career has form, and it indicates that he certainly is a better horse second up. Same day down at Edenhope we had 2 runners. We'll kick off with Naval Welfare in the Cup. Here's the concluding stages.
Though at the top of the straight, Farouk took over a length on Dr. Didi. Hard and tough to Plomac Jack, and then Trenchant. Farouk's a length clear. Dr. Didi battles away. Then Hard and Tough and a line of horses. Farouk in front. Bossy Britches steaming at the end, but it's Farouk in front, and Farouk wins the Cup. Farouk a length over Bossy Britches. Good line up for third. San Remo flashed home at the ends in a photo with Dr. Didi and Diplomac Jack. Then came Trenchant, followed in by Hard and Tough. Naval Warfare.
If you listen to Lindsay Smith, he had his time again. He wouldn't have went to Edenhope. He did think it was a matter of just going there, if not winning, top 3, and another lot of miles into his legs, and just push forward again. He went away scratching his head and wishing he wasn't there. Hard track, tight circuit, big striding horse, just lost. He was bit jarry next day, and as you can see, he's very green up the straight, wanted to switch legs and courses, and yeah, look, the only positive out of it was a 2,000 metre, extra 2,000 metres into his legs. We'll now head to the Mornington Cup. It seems strange to go to the Edenhope Cup where you can't figure in the top 6 and go to Mornington, but it's the kind of horse where he's performed in that sort of grade before, although, you know, the Mornington Cup's a step up. It is a free ticket in for the winner to the Caulfield Cup, but just getting him out to 2,400 is a key against good opposition. We'll get a better measurement of where we are, plus it times in nicely for his target races, which are the Warmambool Cup. Optimate is the grand final, should I say, with the Terang Cup prior, so it just fits nicely. There's not too many other options around those races. So horse since spoke to Lindsay at Camperdown's, pulled up well. He's at the beach. He'll just keep, from a fitness point of view, he's happy. He's just annoyed he never got no real measurement from the run at Edenhope. Unassailable, hard watch for the owners. Nice ride, Melissa. Jumped the gates. Then let the leader go, peeled off its back on the home turn, only to be nabbed late. Have a look at the replay.
Noble Rocks back to the fence running on, and then Jenny Factor, Tarry Hoot, unassailable. Noble Rocks finishing hard against the rail. Unassailable hit the lead. Noble Rocks trying to run it down. Unassailable. Noble Rocks driving. Noble Rocks finishes strongest. Noble Rocks won it from Unassailable.
As you can see, it's just a matter of inches. Very awkward angle there to get a line. Actually, even when the caller called it, I thought, oh, you've got to bring the outside horse up. But anyway, she was rolled a nose, similarly to Penshurst's first up a nose. So we've had a win and a couple of nose defeats. But the horse has gone really well. Going to back up. Pat Marv explained to all the owners that there's a lot of meetings in our area and a few of the fields have been diluted for numbers and quality. And we'll speak about it a bit later, but she's going to Colac on Saturday. Our winner for the week. Well done to everyone. Have a look at the replay here. Madam Mischief runs him into the ground.
Racing, Mrs. Maisel about to get her chance. Flew most of the outside and Silkstream's got something to offer too. Madam Mischief gave a good kick though at the top of the straight. 2 lengths in front. Mrs. Maisel can't pick up. Silkstream charges into second. Flurmos is battling a bit as well. Madam Mischief with 100 to go though. She's got the break to win it. Silkstream hitting the line hard and fast, but Madam Mischief too quick. Won at 2 1/4.
Terrific ride. Great placement by Pat. Having Michaela claiming the 3, it brought us into an area in the weights where we carried anywhere from 2.5 to 4 kilos less than the rest of the field, and allowing her to free roll and then kick and that little bit of give in the ground. She was home for the moment. They turned for the home running, and while the second horse took a little bit of ground off us, there was about 8 lengths back to the third horse. So it was a great win. Pat's got a real handle on this horse. He's done a terrific job with her. She was unlucky not to win the previous start. She's backed that up and got her win. And as much as she is, I think now a 64 rater, being a mare, and with Michaela's claim, we could probably still stay in the 58 grade and only go up 2 kilos. Now you would hard pressed to say that 2 kilos is going to make much difference, apart from probably the second horse and chalking up another 58 win. The other option Pat was looking at was a 1300 in fillies and mares at Sandown. So we'll let him decide. He's ticked all the boxes in whichever way he's gone so far, and look, she's back in form. She's the kind of mare that makes her own luck, and it'd be hard to think that she wouldn't be winning another race this preparation. I went to Ballarat on Tuesday. It's the first time I've been to a race meeting in about 12 months. We had 2 runners. We didn't have a lot of joy. Both ran okay. We'll start with Dandy Classic in the 1500 metre maiden.
The Admiral, Dandy Classic, Lose Long, and then Bosch and Dull in the straight. Little Miss Gutsa kicked. Paldoro left about a length away and has to find a bit more. Then the Admiral, followed by Grand Final. Little Miss Gutsa led at the 150. Paldoro starting to lift. Little Miss Gutsa, Paldoro's on level terms. Flashing Bosch and Dull late. Paldoro hit the lead though and won. Just Paldoro first from Bosch and Dell, who was the late swooper. Third's either Little Miss Gutsa or the Admiral, and they were followed Dandy Classic.
As you can see, she travelled beautifully in behind them, 3 back on the fence, got out, and I thought there for a fleeting moment she was just going to go whoosh, but she's still very green, and it wasn't until late where she picked up again. Look, she was a fair margin off the first 4, but she was hitting the line, and Dean Holland was happy with her run. He said in time she'll need blinkers. That probably won't happen until Paul's probably ready for her to have that bit of headgear, fitness wise, and out to a right trip. I think she'd probably go to 1800 or 2000, but I'd be thinking that Paul wouldn't be rushing to put blinkers on just yet. But her natural ability, the natural ability is there. She can obviously run a bit. It's just rounding off the product out to a trip, and I've got no doubt she's going to be winning races, and will get better as time goes. We had an Irishman in the following race. Here's the concluding stages.
Cheeky Peaky, an Irishman was next, and then Dance Ready. A Solar Comanchina about a 2-length leader here at the 250 from Regal Effort. Cheeky Peaky battles on, then an Irishman. A Solar Comanchina a length in front. Regal Effort's getting up close now. A Solar Comanchina, Regal Effort's drawn alongside. They'll battle it out. A Solar Comanchina and Regal Effort. It'll be Regal Effort. Regal Effort, last couple of strides, put his nose in front and won it from a Solar Comanchina. A Brave Cheeky Peaky runs third from an Irishman and Marinade.
You see the end of that race and it just looks like a battling fourth. The trouble with this bloke, and it's been the same the last couple of runs and right through his career, is a very hard going horse. Didn't show it there, but from the 1,000 to the 600 they backed off the tempo and he gets reefing and tearing, and it just takes away from his finish. He's still dour enough through the line, but there's just that little bit of brilliance as a raise, that turn of foot that you need, and that's because he's such a hard-going horse through the middle. The stable have done a good job to get him to come back as much as they have. You know, they did slow up at the wrong time. He's a horse that probably needs the race to be free-rolling right from the start. And look, you know, I know Dave Eustace did say after the race that maybe we just need to roll back to sitting outside the leader or leading, because he actually is racing a lot more tractable. But I think, as the owners would know, we're probably going to give him a little break now. He has been up for a long time. He's a horse that's been through a lot. He nearly died after colic after winning his first race, and then at the start of this prep he was a bit ordinary up at Bendigo and then was golden. So he's had a bit go on in his time at the racetrack, and I think a month away from the track just to re-energise mentally and physically, and I think, as Dave said, he doesn't need too long in the paddock because he is a big horse. He's a sand horse. You just don't want to put too much weight on him before you get him back in. But we certainly will have discussions with the ownership group, you know, where we go and what we do with an Irishman. But good ability. He's just probably his own worst enemy when it comes to race day. So that's it. That's all our runners. Like I said, Madam Mischief was the big tick for the week. So congratulations to all those owners, and well done to Pat Ryan and Michaela Lawrence. Unassailable, nearly a double for Pat, nosed out. As we'll speak in a minute, she might get her chance to redeem. And Colac on Saturday. Sunburnt, good first up. Serious Suspect, great in the Group 1. And, you know, Danny Classic and an Irishman were okay without winning. And Naval Warfare, hopefully we see a turnaround when he goes to Mornington next. Runners coming up Saturday, All-Star Mile Day at Moonee Valley. And we have one of our internationals kicking off his preparation in South Pacific over 2,000 metres. He was a horse that we got out late last year, had a couple of runs, was a couple of nice runs, and then a disappointing one when he was favourite and expected to win at Flemington. And since then there's been a lot of work put into him, mainly to acclimatise and adjust to the way of training over here. The stable have been patient with him. He looked really good in the gallop last week with, I think it's our Farrell, Happy Farrell, that's in the same races as tomorrow. Kicks off, Craig Williams, $18 chance, kicking off at 2,000. I suppose we get to see where we are in terms of how well he has acclimatised. Everything seems fine from a training point of view, but until race day, you don't know. But look, it's a bit of a look and learn, and we can then, you know, map out the rest of his preparation after this. But going to be a bit of rain about. There'll be plenty to give at the track. Just hope we can see South Pacific with Craig Williams on, run a bold race. We've got Persan, the Melbourne Cup finished 5th, the Melbourne Cup top weight kicking off as well. And as I said, Happy Farrell, 2 or 3 others in the race that are sort of 3rd and 4th runs into their prep. So from a fitness point of view, they'll have it over most. A lot are either 1st up, 2nd up or 3rd up. So bit of an awkward race to summarise, but all eyes on South Pacific for us. As I mentioned, also Saturday we've got Colac. We've got 2 runners in the one race. Now, one's Roderer, who has been in ordinary form. He was Fourth up tomorrow is from 1200 to 1600. He's been a disappointing horse since a really good win at Swan Hill going back, just be 18 months ago now, and obviously he's gone from Cheyenne to Logan McGill, and Logan hasn't had a lot of luck with him, but just out to 1600 might be the key. We'll see what happens there, but he has been disappointing. Same race, as I said, unassailable, 1600 metres, Mel Julius on gate 5. Yeah, look, she'll be a $4 or $5 chance if you can handle the extra 200 metres to 1600. Colac plays a bit similar to Edenhope, need to be on pace. If you can just get a nice little cosy run in behind them, peel at the top of the straight and have something left in your tank, you're going to be hard to beat. Hopefully that's the case with unassailable. So good luck to the owners there. 7 days out from a narrow defeat, you might be able to redeem with a win at Colac. So that's it. There's some noms for Steinem, who trialled well last week for Sandown on Wednesday. Madam Mischief and Unassailable also been nom there. Unassailable won't go there, and more than likely Madam Mischief won't either. And that's it. We don't have any more runners that I know of. If we do, I'll pop them up. Short and sharp, so that's it. Hopefully we have our horse. I think Unassailable is probably our best. South Pacific we want to see run well, and who knows, Rotary might be the one that blows them all out. There's been a fortnight of long price winners, so we'll take any, whether they're even money or 100 to 1. Okay guys, have a great weekend. I don't know who your tip in the All-Star Mile is. Mine was Probabile, but I'm not too sure with the rain. If it does come, I'd love to see Russian Camelot win. Being the Camelot breed, we actually had one go to Simon Wild from the sales, so vested interest there. And just on that, Amish Boy ran third in the Newmarket, which was great. We bred that horse. She's our star, the mum's out at the farm, so we never figured in the placings with Serious Suspect. It was good to see Amish Boy at big odds with a D Yendelon finishing third. Okay guys, have a good weekend. I'll be back with the boss next week, and hopefully we've got a winner or two to talk about.